Jay-Z, why
What
has
about him?
come up lately? Why has Jay-Z been coming up with you lately?
Because he's a monster. I waited a long time to see if he would grow a conscience. And the more he pumps down his wife's throat to keep her in a cage.
No, girl. Not my
But I'll say it, man. Yeah, Beyonce's on. She been on them for a long time, and you keep her that way.
And part of the reason why they have already living separate lives, and we may actually see one of the biggest divorces in Hollywood, is because Jay-Z is up next to be exposed. And it's only so much of these stories that Jay-Z can, he can pay off or he can block. He won't be able to stop this. And she knows it, and he knows it too. As far as who's gonna be the breakout victim / story, I don't know. Yeah, I might have to ask you something. I don't know. But I'm just letting you know that once that comes out and Jay-Z is exposed for his nefarious past, you're gonna see Beyonce divorce him. Okay, and she may or may not do an interview, but you're gonna their publicist is gonna release something. She's gonna say, "Oh, the Carters have been separated for some time. They built this beautiful life, blah 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 blah." Now, before all this happens, we may get another tour. We may get another album out of both of them. I don't know, because at the end of the day, they about their money first. They're gonna do what's best for business first. As far as Beyonce is concerned, do she love him? I mean, he's really all that she knows.
Can we talk about how every single detail coming out about Beyonce and Jay-Z lately feels like a plot twist no one asked for? First off, Beyonce allegedly living with her bodyguard. Is she already gearing up to leave Jay-Z for good? And out of nowhere, folks are bringing up Jay-Z's old bond with his mentor Jaz-O. Like, what's really going on here? These divorce rumors are heating up fast. Now here's where things get even wilder. Word on the street is Beyonce's PR team might be pointing fingers at her own mom, Tina Knowles. Allegedly, Tina is the one who pushed Beyonce into marrying Jay-Z in the first place. Yeah, you heard that right. Collect your edges, because this tea is boiling hot and super messy. Let's dive into this mess, starting with what people are claiming about Mama Tina. There's a recent blind item floating around, and it's stirring up some serious drama. It says the only reason Beyonce tied the knot with Jay-Z was because Tina made her do it. Now, even though what's in this blind ain't brand new, it's bringing up some old wounds that fans can't ignore. The blind describes a mega famous pop queen seen around the world as powerful and influential. Her relationship with a rap mogul has long been praised as the ultimate power couple vibe, the kind of black love people idolize, but apparently, behind the glam and the empire, the truth ain't so perfect. Allegedly, Beyonce never even wanted to be with Jay-Z like that. The whispers say the whole thing, from the relationship to the marriage, was something she got pressured into by her own mother. And here's the kicker. Beyonce was supposedly only 19 when Jay-Z, who was already in his early 30s, started showing heavy interest in her. She was still finding herself, still figuring out life and her career, and wasn't ready to get serious with a man nearly 13 years older. And the blind doesn't stop there. It keeps going. Insiders say Beyonce had doubts from the jump. She wasn't blind. She knew about Jay-Z's history with other women, the shady stuff in his past, and the huge power gap between them. She even told her mom she felt uncomfortable, but instead of backing her up, Tina reportedly shut her down fast. Tina, who had been managing her daughter's entire career, allegedly saw Jay-Z as a golden ticket. She supposedly told Beyonce that locking down a relationship with him would skyrocket her status and make her untouchable in the industry. This wasn't about love. It was business. Tina wanted an empire, and she believed teaming her daughter up with a rap mogul would seal the deal. Even when Beyonce opened up and said she wasn't even sure she liked Jay like that, her mom supposedly brushed it off. Can you believe that? So despite her gut feelings, the young star went along with it, not realizing just how messy things would get later. What she didn't see coming was the full weight of Jay-Z's past and how it would follow them both for years. Now, yeah, some of this might still be speculation, but let's be real. Would it really shock anyone if Tina did push that marriage to happen? But here's what's even more interesting. Why is this narrative blowing up right now? A lot of people think Beyonce's team is planting these stories as she gears up to finally cut ties and file for divorce. By bringing up the she never had a choice angle, it paints her as someone who was forced into this from the beginning. Reportedly, after sticking it out for years, Beyonce's had enough. Like, really enough. She's done. This marriage has had cracks showing for a long time, and we've seen signs before. Divorce wouldn't shock anybody at this point. Matter of fact, there's already been talk that Beyonce and Jay-Z have been living apart for a while, and many say the real split probably started way before 2014. There were even reports claiming that after Jay-Z got caught cheating multiple times, Beyonce laid down some serious rules. And get this, an insider said Jay is actually grateful she didn't drop him back then. So now, to show respect, he supposedly sticks to the rules she set. No more wild nights out with the boys, and she's not cool with him having one-on-one time with any of his female artists. Strict, but can you blame her? But here's the thing, none of that seems to be keeping the peace. Word is Beyonce's done trying and has chosen to just live her life without the drama. Which brings us to the next wild twist. The man allegedly keeping her company these days, her longtime bodyguard, Julius DeBoer. Yep, Julius has been by Beyonce's side since way back in 2008. Award shows, casual strolls, public events, you name it, Julius is right there, always looking sharp and on alert. Over the years, fans have gotten so used to seeing him with her that he's even built his own little fan base. People love this guy. As for his background, it's been reported he speaks 5 languages, has a daughter, and is divorced. But what really grabs attention is all the buzz around whether there's something more than just a professional bond between him and Beyonce. He's popped up in headlines before, accused of being more than just a bodyguard. One blind item claimed that it's about time Beyonce got some payback and that she's now hooking up with her bodyguard. It even said her husband is scared of Julius, which could explain a lot. And that's just one of many blinds that have hinted something's been going on between these two for a while. Some folks swear there's been something romantic between Beyonce and Julius for years. Their proof? Photos where Julius is seen walking out of a hotel right behind Beyonce with lipstick on his lips. Coincidence or nah? This whole situation is starting to sound like a real-life soap opera. So apparently, a few years back, Jay-Z definitely thought something romantic was going on between Beyonce and Julius. And maybe he still does. An insider claimed Jay wanted Julius gone, but Beyonce straight up told him Julius wasn't going anywhere. That says a lot. And now, reports say they've gotten even closer in recent months, which might explain why Julius let his guard down and publicly celebrated Beyonce's big win at the Grammys. When Cowboy Carter was announced as Album of the Year by the Recording Academy, Julius didn't stay in the shadows like usual. Nah, he jumped up from behind their table, ready to follow her to the stage, and fans caught a rare smile on his face. Maybe he was just hyped for her, sure. But some folks think it shows he's getting a little too comfortable, especially in public. And that's not all. There are even more rumors flying around. Some sources claim Beyonce and her bodyguard might just ride off into the sunset together, and we might only see her pop out in public once a year. Wild, right? Word is they've been spending days on end together now, and it's allegedly way past a few casual meetups. Listen, these bodyguard rumors are all over the place, and honestly, who even knows what's true anymore? But buckle up, because there's another plot twist in the Carter drama. People are now resurfacing old whispers about Jay-Z and his mentor Jaz-O. And it's not just about music. Rumor has it Jay and Jaz-O may have had a physically intimate relationship back in the day. Yep, that's the new buzz. Let's rewind real quick. Jay-Z and Jaz-O met as kids growing up in the Marcy projects and instantly clicked over their love for rapping. In his 2010 book, Decoded, Jay-Z even wrote, "I connected with an older kid who had a reputation as the best rapper in Marcy. Jaz was his name, and we started practicing our rhymes into a heavy tape recorder with a makeshift mic attached." Now, with all this stuff bubbling back up, people are seriously questioning what really went down back then. And what's still going on now. Apparently back in the day, Jay-Z and Jaz-O used to freestyle and battle for hours, non-stop. They pushed each other to level up their bars and backed each other in local rap battles on the block. Jaz was the first to catch a break, landing a solo deal with EMI. His debut album Word to the Jazz dropped in 1989, and he kept Jay right there with him as his hype man and rhyme partner. Jay even got featured on early tracks like Hawaiian Sophie and the Originators, according to reports. As part of that EMI deal, Jaz flew out to London to work on a new album, and Jay came along for the ride, joined by a young Irv Gotti. Wild part? That trip might have saved Jay's whole career, because he narrowly missed a federal raid back in the US that could have ended everything before it even started. Now, Jaz's career didn't go the way he'd hoped, but Jay soaked up the lessons, especially about how cutthroat the music game can be. Eventually, Jay-Z got his own shine. But somewhere along the way, things turned ugly between him and Jaz. They had a messy fallout, and when Jay's feud with Nas hit the airwaves, things exploded. Nas took shots at Jay by dragging Jaz into the battle, mocking Jay-Z's early days as Jaz's sidekick, and even clowning the whole Hawaiian Sophie era. He accused Jay of biting Jaz's name and style, throwing fuel on the already tense situation. What followed was years of shade and jabs from both sides. Jaz even admitted the beef really hurt him. But fast forward to April 2019, and things took a turn. Jaz announced a new distribution deal under Jay's Roc Nation label. That move basically confirmed they'd squashed the beef. The deal gave his Kings County media group equity-based distribution under Roc Nation, wrapping up their rocky history on what looked like a happy note. But here's where things take a whole other turn. Allegedly, the fallout wasn't just about music or pride, it might have stemmed from a romantic breakup between the two. For some, this is brand new tea, but folks who were around in the 90s claim these whispers have been floating for years. And a few even confirmed that rumors of physical intimacy between Jay and Jaz were definitely a thing back then. So here's the thing, Jay-Z, like always, has been slick about wiping any trace of these wild rumors off the internet. Blogs and articles about his alleged past with Jaz-O? Gone. But guess what? The whispers came roaring back recently when reports claimed that a reporter almost lost their life just for asking him about the rumored relationship. Yeah, it's that deep. And let's be real, there have always been stories floating around about Jay-Z keeping things on the low. So for a lot of people, this doesn't even feel shocking anymore. Nothing really does when it comes to the Carters, right? Tina allegedly forcing Beyonce into that marriage, Beyonce possibly shacked up with Julius now, and her PR team spinning narratives to soften the blow of a looming divorce. Honestly, it all sounds believable at this point, but I want to hear from you. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Do you think any of this is true or just smoke and mirrors? Make sure you like, share, and subscribe for more jaw-dropping tea, and I'll see you in the next one.